Hello guys, Survivor here. Welcome to personally something that I've been like of a series I've been kind of wanting to do for a while. Yes, from looking at the title, y'all like, oh, you're doing rants now? Oh boy, it's gonna be good. Now, just to let y'all know, rants I make on here are just gonna be coming straight from my own personal opinion on certain things. And and these certain things aren't gonna be like things that are like currently going on right now. What I think about, like, politically, or someone doing some dumb shit, like nothing like that. Unless I really would like to talk about it, and that's just all that's just all I have to say. I really want to make these rants on characters, or just what I personally think on, like, let's say, stories on like certain video games or anime or manga or comics, movies. I don't give a shit. Just gonna get my thoughts out and what I really want to talk about now. And what I'm doing now is Fortnite, because Fortnite is still kind of hot. I mean, there's so many people still playing it, and if I ever get Players Unknown's Battlegrounds, when it works, I'll be sure to do some gameplay of that. But other than that, I'm kind of good. So what are we talking about today and stuff? Now, before we get into that, for a little quick, now I'm gonna give you all an update on reactions. I plan on doing that shit. During on the weekends. That's when I plan on doing them. Personally, why I decided to do that is because, well, on the weekends it makes sense because if y'all know, like, what time when it does get dark, and when I really get back home from school, it makes a lot more sense for me to just rest a bit. But when it's like getting dark, like, it's gonna be hard for y'all to see me react, really. So what's kind of the point? So I'm planning on doing reaction videos over the weekends and try to do all that good stuff. But anyway, get back to the thing on hand. So what are we gonna be talking about, guys? Like, what do you want to talk about? Like, this is my very first episode of Rants. This is actually coming from an anime I finished about like a couple weeks ago, and that anime is called Guilty Crown. Now, Guilty Crown, for me personally, I love it. I think it's a great anime. This is why I think personally, I just love it overall. Like the soundtrack is amazing. The animation is godlike. Like, even for its time, even some anime to this day cannot pass animes like fucking Guilty Crown in terms of animation, because there is literally no bad frame or anything. Like, it is, whoo, it is amazing. Like, y'all gotta check out Guilty Crown's animation. That shit is, like, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of gifs just based on the animation. And I also personally love the story. Even though the beginning is kind of a Code Geass ripoff, I even know, like, this one of the writers behind Code Geass is behind it, so why not? But yeah, Guilty Crown is very divisive among the anime community, and I personally would like y'all to check it out if y'all like, because I feel like that it's just to see, like, what other people think about Guilty Crown. That's just personally what I think. Just check it out and see if y'all like it or not. It's the same thing with a Featured Diary, also known as Mira Nikki. Just check it out, see if you like it or not, all that good stuff. Now, why I decided to talk about Guilty Crown is because there's a certain character in that anime named Arisa, I think. And oh boy, I did mention her like for just a minute or something in my review of Guilty Crown. but I didn't go full on rant during it because I really wanted to stay professional about it. Because I just, I just didn't want to get personal over a character like that. But now I am. Why is that? Because Arisa, oh boy, this girl I really want to talk about. Now, at first, Arisa is a pretty decent character when you first see her. I think it was like episode 8 uh, of Guilty Crown when we first see her, and she is basically the daughter, or I think no, I don't think the daughter, no, a granddaughter of the guy, one of the main characters of the series is trying to get in contact with. Now that's basically the plot of the 8th episode, because there are a couple episodes where it's very episodic, especially during story episodes, and where it's basically episodic at times, especially like right around before, like, the first half ends, around there. So when Arisa first appeared and she kind of had a bit of a crush on Guy, it it really got to me that, okay, maybe, and I'm not gonna spoil anything about Guilty Crown, but when you know about like what happens with Guy and everything, and what really happened like with Shu's backstory and everything, it it really makes sense for like Arisa, or maybe Ayase, to get with Guy because of all the shit that they went through. As the first half ended, it was kind of tragic. It really was tragic. Let uh, but this is kind of a bit of a spoiler because this does involve Iris's change of character in the second half, and that is where I really started to get really pissed off with her fucking character. So a bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen Guilty Crown yet, but I mean at this point, if you haven't seen it, then okay, so let's say Guy comes back, right? He comes back, but if you've seen the first half and haven't seen the second half yet, I do not recommend. Just Guy comes back. Everyone's like shocked, like, oh my god, holy shit, you're back. Yeah, I basically kind of spoiled like everyone that has watched the first half has not seen the second half, because if y'all seen the first half, y'all know how that shit goes. So Guy apparently is back, right? After like a few episodes of him being gone, right? And basically, what happened with Arisa is basically she basically sided with Guy, and she kind of did all that shit, right at the end of episode 17 and right at the beginning of episode 18, all that fucking bullshit. It was like, bruh. And what really got to me is this is where I really start to hate her character, right? So it makes sense for her to like team up with Guy and everything. But the thing is, in later episodes, like episode 18 especially, in episode 18, she fucking, oh my god, okay? So she joins up with Guy, right? And Guy has all these motives, but he doesn't really explain it. And Arisa basically helped him out a bit, right under everyone's noses, basically. And he doesn't even explain it to her and everything. And she even questions on Guy's motives and why he's doing, and why is he doing this. Now it is explained, like why Guy, why Guy's like, the way, what his motive and everything, a bit later on, right around the end of the anime. Arisa still fucking, like, she questions it, and she fucking, She just fucking. Okay, I cannot even explain this really because it's just hard to because I fucking hated what this bitch did. She still follows through it with and and yes, one of the soldiers like we still have to follow guys' orders without question, blah blah blah. But here's the horse shit, really. So her grandfather gets involved, right? He hears about what happened to her, and and when he shows up, she shoots him, kills him, and you would think that after killing your own grandfather that you really cared about, you'd be kind of messed up from that. Be like, oh shit, I did something wrong, right? She still follows the fucking thing. Like, she's still on the same fucking side. Like, are you fucking shitting me? Like, yeah, you may have gotten promotion and you may be pretty much useful and shit, but after killing your own grandfather, you still, like, you were obviously traumatized from that, and you are, and then next thing, boom, you're still on the same side, and you're still questioning guys' motives. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I cannot fucking understand this bitch. And another thing is that in episode 19, she does help out Shu, and oh my god, like like this bitch cannot choose sides. She really cannot choose sides at all, and that is a fucking fact. Okay, why I'm saying this is because she does help out Shu and stuff, and the thing is, like, right about at the final battle, like I think it was like the last two episodes, right? She's still fighting with Guy, and I'm sitting here like, are you fucking shitting me? Like, after all that bullshit that you were conflicted with in episodes 18 and 19, you're still on this motherfucker's side. And I'm just fucking mind blown. And why I'm saying that is because I think it was like right around, I think in the middle of episode 22, I think. She is blocking all these fires because she uses her own void, right? You know, in Guilty Crown, there's these voids, and her void is basically mostly a shield or that deflects things, right? It's mostly a shield, an umbrella type shield, really, if you've seen episode 8. But the thing is, in that fucking episode, she literally has an inner monologue in her head saying that I need to do this for Guy. But for what fucking reason, you cunt? So you're still determined to help Guy, which you've been questioning his fucking motives, and even after you killed your own grandfather, the only other person that's a family to you in the show that we have, you know, seen and heard of at this point, because we don't even know like who her parents are and everything. We just know about a rich ass grandfather and everything that Guy tried to contact with in episode 8. And you kill him and you still follow through. I'm surprised she didn't even die at this point. Now, look, I love Guilty Crown. The thing is, Arisa, she started off with a really, you know, neat thing for Guy at the beginning. Like, we were like, oh shit, is she like gonna contact with him a bit more? Like, maybe after all this is over, or after like a certain event is over, maybe she gets to contact him for a bit, maybe like. But the thing is, when you look at the events that happen, like by like episode 17 to like the rest of the series, she is a fucking whore to him. Seriously. Like, I couldn't even believe the fucking shit that she was doing. And she had potential. That she actually had potential to be a great character. Like, I would have liked it if she knew what she was getting herself into, because if you know, like the phone call shit that was happening in episode 17, and you know what happened at the end of episode 17, like, it would make sense that maybe she'd been doing it just to get the guy, and maybe, you know, get with them, you know, or some stuff like that, you know, be a double agent. But no, she follows him without any other motive except the fact that she likes him, apparently. And it just fucking blows my mind that this bitch is literally in love with this guy that's apparently a different man than before. Again, if you saw Guilty Crown, y'all know what I'm talking about. It just blows my fucking mind that this woman is just decided to join up with him with no real reason other than the fact that she likes him. And even after killing her own grandfather and Shock and helping out Shu for a minute, she still is following this fuckboy's rules. I mean, I ain't calling Guy really a fuckboy because I really like Guy. I think he's a really good character. But, just, what the fuck? It just blows my mind on this woman's logic. Because she killed her own grandfather and she still follows him. Why? Because of Guy. And that's it. No other motive. Just for him. And I do not understand why. Because it just she likes him. Oh my god. That has to be the dumbest. Like, the writing in her character is terrible much later. Like, they give no real explanation, no logical explanation on why she fucking... she's still doing it by the end of the series. We do not even see her afterwards by the end, by the last fucking scene. It just blows. It just really does blow my mind. I cannot believe the horse shit that went on in that. Just Guilty Crown. I love Guilty Crown, but that character, Arisa, is literally the worst character because of her own fucking logic much later. Again, she started out promising. But that just much later, by episode 17. By episode 17, or no, by episode 18, that was when I started hating her character. And it just got worse by the time, you know, during the final battle, she was willing to hold off people using her void, all because she likes him. And this is like a day or two after she killed her own grandfather and was was obviously traumatized by it. What the fuck? Like, who? Arisa was one of the reasons why I did not give Guilty Crown a higher score. I would have loved it. I would have loved it even more if they just didn't do that shit. Okay? They could have just kept her out. But the thing is, she took up a good amount of screen time, especially in that episode 18. And that just really pissed me off, because I feel like we should have gotten a bit more of, I don't know, like one of my personal favorite characters, fucking Sugumi. Like that. Like, I feel like we should have gotten a bit more moments with her, like during the final battles and shit. Because personally, she's still a better character. She at least has a really playful personality, but we really do not know all that much about her at all. She's a really funny character. That could have been spent on other characters, and that's it. Arisa should have been kept out because the way they went with her is just fucking, it's just stupid. Her motive is stupid. Her reasonings are fucking stupid. The writing in her character arc later on is stupid. Just fuck Arisa. Just really, just fuck her. And the fact that she didn't show up in the very last scene of episode 22 at all, I'm really hoping and cross my fingers that she died, because apparently she didn't show up. So I'm guessing that she died, and that would make me happy, because the bullshit that she pulled by the end game, she fucking deserves it, because she still went away with a world domination type plan. And and even questioning why she shouldn't do this or something like that, she still follows that fucking horse shit, all because she likes Guy. The power of love, ladies and gentlemen. That's basically the fucking thing right there. I got really nothing else to say about Arisa from Guilty Crown. She just turned into a really wasteful, terrible character by the end game of Guilty Crown. Now, Guilty Crown is still a good anime in my personal opinion. I personally really loved it. But, I mean, since Arisa was not a major character, I really was glad, because she didn't really impact the story all that much, except, you know, doing that shit much later on, and that's basically it. Like, doing all that horse shit, and she just all that fucking horse shit. She was doubting. Just, God, that fucking blows my mind on this woman's logic. It just does. Arisa, go fuck yourself. You're a terrible character, and I'm hoping that you died by the end game, because we did not see her in the last scene of Guilty Crown. So I'm crossing my fingers, people. I really am, because if it's later explained that she apparently survived and she's still living and shit, I hope she dies of some sort of disease. I mean, just the fucking horse that she pulled is mind-boggling. I cannot forgive her on the bullshit that she did. And killing your own fucking grandfather, and just still going with that fucking horse shit. Just no. Like, just no. That's not how that works. It's just not how it works. Anyway, this has been my rant on Arisa from Guilty Crown. Like, that bitch. I just feel like I need to talk to her after my review, because that horse shit. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, though. Like the video if y'all enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment below what y'all think. And if y'all new to the channel, you want to see more, be sure to subscribe for more. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see y'all in the next video. Survivor out. Fucking whore.